Welcome everyone to episode 30 of Popular Polls, your weekly show where you answer a question and we talk about the results. I'm Alex, your host of the show, and you might be wondering, Alex, why are you wearing a hat and why do you still have it on indoors? Well, I just returned from a weekend trip of sailing. Well, basically it was just a Sunday trip of sailing, but I took the Model 3 up to a lake near Hamburg where I live, and we were out for a couple of hours, I want to say 4 hours or so, sailing on a lake. It was a beautiful day and I had a lot of fun, so I hope you all had a great weekend as well and can enjoy this episode of Popular Polls and then have a great start into your next week. Wow, 30 episodes, and to celebrate this, we had 30 answers from you to our question from last week. What a treat. Lines up perfectly. And last week I asked you Seat, el.born or VW ID.3. Those two cars were both cars that were at the Frankfurt Motor Show at the IAA, that's like IAA, that's what it's called. And the results, they took me by surprise. If you haven't yet, the Tesla channel of Bjorn, called Tesla Bjorn, has a couple of videos up where he talks about both of those cars. And wow, look at those results. 23, that's 76% of you said Seat el.born, and only 7, that's 23%, said VW ID.3. Now remember, VW is the brand, like the mothership basically of a couple of brands, including Seat. So it's the same platform that VW developed, and we got to still give them some credit. But wow, it's supposed to be like the big VW ID.3. We're doing this, a lot of cars. Seat el.born stealing the show. Gotta say, quite surprised. Well, so I kind of knew it looked better, or at least to me it did, but it's interesting to hear from a couple of you what you had to say. So as always, you feel free to leave some comments. There are 4 that I'll go over really quickly, but feel free to skip over the comments to our next question if you're not interested in me discussing and reading out these comments. By the way, I always put a timestamp. Those are like those blue numbers that look like a time, obviously, in the video description below the like button below. So if you're not interested in me reading out these comments or discussing the last question, you just want to go to the next question straight away, go and click on the read more. Usually it's set there in the video description, and just click on the timestamp that will be on there somewhere, and I think it's blue. I'm a little colorblind, sorry. And you'll be taken straight to where I discuss and set the next question. So yeah, for those of you interested. Now let's get into those 4 comments really quick. As I said, first one is from Tony Bullet. I think that's, yeah, it says Tony Bullet. Wow. He says, now this is in German, and I'll just translate it on the go. He was also on the Frankfurt Motor Show, the IAA, and wouldn't take any of those 2 cars. He said those are both basically plastic boxes, everything really cheaply done. Software didn't work, and the company Way, W-E-Y, I didn't look it up. He said he would recommend this. They come from China and have a really well-made 385 horsepower hybrid with 65 kilometers of range and 46,000 euros. Now, Tony, I respect your answer. I don't think they're super cheaply made, and the software was a demo software that was run on them. Actually, Tesla Bjorn in his videos asked them about this. And while you might be right that they're a little cheaperly done, that's because they're supposed to be more affordable for the masses. I still wouldn't recommend anyone to buy a hybrid, while actually my dad once had a hybrid car, and that's how I also got into the whole electric car craze a little bit. It doesn't make sense out of my perspective anymore, because for 46,000 euros, you'll get in Germany a Model 3 Standard Range Plus with a couple of extras actually, because it starts below 46,000 euros. And you don't have to worry about an engine, oil replacement. In Germany, you would have to go to the TÜV, like get a certification for your car every 2 years, except for when it's new, then it's every, like the first one is 3 years to cycle. And you don't have to get the one for exhaust gases, because obviously it's electric, the Tesla Model 3, sorry, has way less things to break. It will soon get Netflix and YouTube, and I don't know, I couldn't recommend anyone looking into that price range to buy a hybrid with 65 kilometers of range. Just sorry. So Tony, thanks for your comment, but again, for that money, go buy a Tesla Model 3, honestly. Next one, David Kian Wimbert, or in German is David Kian Wimbert. I think that's what it is. He says moin, which is kind of the Hamburg or German saying of hey or hello. Also translating on the go here. He says both cars, or yeah, probably he says both cars are quasi, like almost the same, basically the same. The Seat is built upon the ID.3 platform. But has supposedly, or will supposedly get less features, which kind of makes sense because the ID.3 is supposed to be the big flagship and everything. In his opinion, he says the Seat just looks better, and you just have to kind of weigh in what you want to have more the features or the looks. So thanks for that comment, David. Going to the next one, Stephen Dye. I think it's a he. So he said, I pre-ordered an ID.3 but have cancelled this and I'm waiting for an el.born. That's cool. All right. Mainly because of the front end and Bjorn's video from Frankfurt. I anticipate the price to be a little lower for the same kind of kit. We shall see. Keep up the good work, Alex. Thank you, Steven. I will certainly do that. Interesting that you switched over from an ID.3, which I would guess would be more readily available just because it's already in a production stage, and the Seat el.born was, I think, technically still marked as a concept car, but the way it looks now, it will pretty much make it to market like this. So interesting that you choose to wait a little longer, I guess, for your el.born, but I can totally understand it, and I hope that it will actually be a little cheaper for you so that way it pays off double. Get the nicer car, in my opinion, just better looking, and get it a little cheaper. So let me know when you get your car. It would be great. Just shoot me an email. And last but not least, we have the comment by Loot Rusher. Probably a gamer name. You rush loots and stuff. Anyway, different discussion here. I was always hyped for the ID.3 until I saw the el.born. The Seat looks way better than the... Sorry, I've stressed the way too much. Looks way better than the ID.3. Even though they said it's still a concept car, the production model will basically look the same. I'm ordering the el.born when it's possible. Loot Rusher... You, he or she, whatever, hope you have a great time with your el.born. Again, also shoot me an email once you do your ordering, and maybe we can, get together, get a couple of pictures up, and let me know how your ordering process goes. Really interesting to see that a lot of people are now actually switching over to the el.born, even from the ID.3. So yeah, interesting where this all will lead. Okay, cool. So we're done with our 4 comments. Yep, that was the last one. And you're all ready to hear the next question, which will be... Well, it's going to be another car versus car thing because y'all seem to really like this format and I like it. So let's go. I'm thinking, just a quick here. I'm thinking to do a whole car versus car comparison bracket in different categories maybe. I don't know if you watch MKBHD's channel. He's a YouTuber, tech YouTuber, a lot of million subscribers. Really great guy, check him out. But he does this smartphone camera test, like the blind smartphone test, and maybe I'll do something on like where you get to choose between 2 cars and the winner moves up to the next car comparison. I don't know, I think this would be fun. Anyway, next question. So this week I want to know from you, Audi e-tron or Mercedes-Benz EQC? To answer the question, please click on the pop-up link which will pop up in the top left-hand corner, top right-hand corner of your video screen right now. And yeah, here are your 2 answer choices. Obviously, it's Audi e-tron or Mercedes-Benz EQC. And I gotta say, this is a tough one for me to answer. I would probably go for a Tesla Model X, which is kind of the same price range and the same space range. It's even a little bigger than the Audi and the Mercedes in this regard. But since it's not a choice, you can't have it. So I would probably go for the EQC because it's just so much more efficient. Tesla Bjorn just recently released a video, it was like yesterday maybe, about the new Tesla Model X Raven. And that car, it's again about, sorry, I'm talking about a Tesla again, but bear with me for a moment here. The Tesla Model X at 120 kilometers an hour has almost the same consumption as the Audi e-tron at 90 kilometers an hour. That's a huge difference in kilometers an hour, in speed and in wind resistance, and still the same consumption, almost the same consumption. So the Mercedes-Benz EQC is actually pretty efficient, so I'd probably opt for that. But let me know what you think by answering this poll. Looking forward to your answers, and as always, please feel free to leave a comment. Anyway, that's it for this week. Make sure to subscribe, like, leave a comment, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.